Who in here? Let me see who in here. You in here? Who in here? Y'all in here? Man, what the hell you doing in here, man? No, just I'm back. Today's topic for today is environmental recycling. What do I mean by that? Well, you know what the environment is, right? It's it's basically a community of influence. Okay, recycling. You know what recycling is, right? To take something that has already been created and to reuse it, basically to put it in a circle. So it's new when I get it. I recycle it. When it's done, it's old. I recycle the old, use it to make something new out of, right? Or to make the same thing that that was. So with the environment, the environmental recycling, it's in families. Like let's take families for example. We're gonna use that first for environmental recycling. If a family got, let's say, half the stuff the family do is bad habits, right? Guess what's gonna happen? The next generation of kids gonna pick up these bad habits. They gonna teach their kids the bad habits. They gonna teach their kids the bad habits. And when a person say, "How come y'all doing this?" the response gonna be, "Oh, that's just what my family do. This is how my family always did it." So let's say your parents were poor. So all the habits that they ever taught you was habits of a poor person. So you grow up teaching your kids these poor habits too, like the mentality, the mind state. You get to saying the same. You repeat. If you notice, you end up repeating some of the same words that they use to describe their self. Like poor, for instance, poor and rich is mentalities. They are not like poor don't mean I don't have money, and rich don't mean that I have money. Poor mean I think in a way that would never that is never prosperous. That's what poor is. Everything I talk about is something that's nowhere near no not even you ain't even think to walk towards your dreams or the money you want or nothing. You just continue to recycle the same sayings, do the same things, and be hoping that you get results. Like environmental recycling. If a person in your family, let's say, high blood pressure, it's like one of these things that you say your family has. Majority of people in your family has high blood pressure. But then if you did some research on why do everybody have high blood pressure, the question would be what causes high blood pressure? Is it like too much salt in your diet, too much seasonings on your food, or whatever you want to think? So, let's say Out of all your family dishes, a lot of them, let's say half of them, are heavily seasoned. Y'all keep your family recipes is keeping this high blood pressure going because it's environmental recycling. We keep eating the same stuff and our family keep getting the same results. Diabetes runs in your family. To find out what diabetes is, you gotta look at diabetes first to realize why it's in your family. Then you find out your family is known for sweets. Like they got more sweets than food sometimes. Like they got pie, they got like 3 different cakes, they got like 4 different pies, they got cookies on the table, and then they got like a normal meal. But everybody in your family mostly care about the dessert time. That's what your family known for. So you find out diabetes runs in your family. Your recipes, your family recipes, is causing your diabetes. The hood. Let's take the hood. You grew up in the hood, so you feel all the rules and the stuff that your hood believe, y'all recycle it. The OGs teach the young Gs. The young Gs, when they become OGs, they teach the younger Gs. And you ain't even got to teach them. They could just watch you and pick up these habits too. So with environmental recycling, no matter who you put in that environment, if they ain't smart enough to realize that they going through this or that this is causing problems, they gonna recycle the knowledge too. Because the people that they love and trust taught them this. So with your environment, if you change, if you don't change, like for instance, let me give you this. We're gonna go back to family for a minute. Let's say your family is poor. And the reason your family poor because there's no model for success in the family. There's nobody in our family that's successful. So whoever seemed to be the most successful in the family becomes the model. And let's say that person really ain't even successful either. He just doing better or she doing better than the rest of the family. So people try to look up to her and try to reach out and do things similar to her because they want a similar success. But she's poor too. So we recycle this mentality through the family. The best we could do is auntie woo 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 or uncle such and such. This the best we know how to do. And that's because you don't have no one to follow. You won't know nobody that got big money. Or you don't know nobody in a family that got the car you want. Say you want a Lamborghini. You don't know nobody in the family that got a Lamborghini or even know anybody that probably don't know anybody that has a Lamborghini. So you won't even know what question to even ask. So if you ask a person that don't have the knowledge, then they're going to give you the knowledge they have that they've been recycling already. So they might tell you something like this. Man, a Lamborghini ain't even worth it. Or they'll say, ain't nobody gonna ever get no Lamborghini in the family. Or they'll say, oh, that's too much money to be spending on a car. Or they'll tell you all these little insecure thoughts and crush your dreams with them. So, in order to beat environmental recycling, you got to realize that you recycling your family's either unsuccessful habits or you following their successful habits. So, if let's say your family is known for being alcoholics, right? So, ever since the first alcoholic in your family, people have been following this trend. Oh man, all we know is getting fucked up, drinking. That's all we know in our family. That's all we ever do. Every party, every event, every just sitting around, we getting fucked up. So that's all you know. So eventually, let's say out of 20 some kids, at least 10 of them gonna be alcoholics, and the other 10 might be just drinkers. They drink at the events or whatever. But it only take one person in your family to change these habits, to stop recycling the environment and create a new one. Let's say the family is alcoholics and one person in the family don't drink. He decide that he not gonna be like nobody in the family, so he don't drink, he don't do nothing. She don't drink, she don't do nothing, none of that type of stuff. She start focusing on how to become something in life. So she end up being something like a lawyer or something. Let's just say anything. So now the family, somebody else in the family gonna realize like, hold on. So it ain't all about drinking. I thought we was drinkers over here. Like I ain't know that we could be successful lawyers. I ain't know we could be anything successful. So now we got a whole new mentality about what we can accomplish. Oh man, I'm gonna get focused on my life now. I'm gonna start living and create a new environment for my family. So the people that come after me will have something more than drinking on their mind or getting high on their mind or spending all their money on clothes and shoes. Or if you follow me, man, it's a good one. So even according to religion, according to where you was born, you in that religion. Like majority of people that's born in America is Christians. Most people that's born overseas, some of them are Muslims, some of them are, all the religions that's over there. Gangs. If your gang was a Blood or a Crip or a Vice Lord or a GD, if your neighborhood, it's most likely you gonna be it too. So the thing is, in order to create a whole new reality for your family or your community or anything, you got to stop environmentally recycling those habits because it's only habits. You're only doing what you're doing because the people before you taught you these habits, and you only know what you've been taught or what you paid attention to. So stop environmental recycling and create a whole new reality for your people, your community, your family. Love to all, and to all, spread the light.